That'll be Junior Moreno. So this morning we're going to start out with Tom Marsilio, who's been a longtime game director, had a very storied career as an assistant coach at Blackhawk High School. And he's taking a break this morning from his Beaver County courthouse job on the tip staff to join us. So that's why we're going to lead him off. So without any further ado, Tom, could you talk a little bit about the game history and where we're going to go from here?
Yeah, Joe, thank you. Good morning to everyone. Joe's right. This is the 47th year that we'll have this game, and to our knowledge, it's the longest running type of all-star game in the state of Pennsylvania. There's only been 1 year that we did not conduct this game, and that was the COVID year of 2020. But we started back in actually 1980. We were contacted by Artie Altmaier of Ohio, contacted Coach Joe Hamilton at Blackhawk, and it was during that winter months that he and myself, and I believe Coach Nightabala was with us as well, met at one of the local pubs over in Ohio to discuss how we could join the two states of Western PA and Eastern Ohio to put on an all-star game. And so it wasn't anything fancy the first time around, that's for sure, but we went down to East Liverpool in of June of that year, and that was the inaugural game, and actually Coach Joe Hamilton was the first coach. Artie Altmaier was the coach for them, but also a gentleman by the name of Butch Cassina, who actually played at Monaca. He was an old college roommate of mine at Edinburgh. We had played together, was also one of the head coaches with Coach Altmaier. But, yeah, it was a great time, a great game, and it opened our eyes up to a lot of things that could develop.
Tom, could you tell us how, like, the selection for the sites occur? And has it, when we've always had it in Pennsylvania, has that always been at Geneva College? And then how do they go about selecting the Ohio site?
Yeah, it's always been at Geneva because we've had a really close working relationship with Geneva College. Number of coaches attended Geneva, played for Geneva. So it was very convenient for us as a location as well, for Ohio and for PA residents and players. As far as Ohio goes, it was a mix of different places. It was one that who would accommodate, first of all, the seating, the parking, et cetera, who was willing to have staff there to support the game. So as we indicated, we went to Liverpool, we've been to Salem, we've been to Columbiana, we've been to West Branch, to name a few, but in more recent years, Ohio believes we found a home at Salem.
Very good, Tom. And, you know, talk to us about, like, what's it take on your part? What's your part on the committee to get this all organized and put together? And obviously, you're an old pro at it now, so everyone knows that you're going to be consistent in what you do. But if you could explain to the listeners, you know, what it takes to put something like this together.
Well, anytime you put on an event like this, the number one thing is your finances. You need finances to support the game. But from the standpoint, we just start out with the nomination sheets that the coaches fill out to nominate the players from their individual schools. From there, we had selection of a staff, and that was all voluntary from PA guys. We would select a head coach, and they in turn would try to develop a staff. Ohio does a little bit different. But from there, it was more or less just an organizational part to put together the practice times, the trainers, field facilities, being able to feed the kids like we do after practice, ordering game tickets, putting the program together, which is a big undertaking. the little things that you typically would do as a head coach for any type of sporting event, whether it be football, basketball, whatever it may be. But again, it takes a lot of cooperation. And for the first 25 years, Joe and I ran it by ourselves. But after the last, I don't know, Neil, what's it been, 7, 8 years anyways, we found that it's more or less a committee that really needs to make this work.
Absolutely. It's no small task, as anyone can see that has attended any of the football games. And, we're certainly looking forward to this 47th edition. Come Thursday evening, 6:30, the broadcast will start. At 6:40, we're going to have introductions of the players, so make sure that you're there early. We're expecting a big crowd, and those storms are going to clear out early for sure. So don't be shy. Make sure you get your tickets. And Tom, it was really great having you here this morning to give everyone a better understanding of what it takes. And this is a very, very special event. We're proud to host it. Next.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate, excuse me, Joe, that I've lasted this long in this game, 47 years. And I just want to say that I've had the great fortune of coaching my 3 sons, all played in this game. And the players that play in this game, some of their grandfathers have played in this game. So it is a long-standing, great event for these kids of Beaver County and obviously up in Lawrence County and Allegheny County as well. Thank you, Joe.
You got it, Tom. And, it is a Beaver County tradition. It's a summer tradition, and we're very, very proud of that. And we are going to talk a little bit later on about, some father and son things that are happening and have happened in this game that have made it very, very neat. Next, we're going to bring in committee member, game director. He's on the coaching staff this year. This guy holds our organization together. He's super energetic, super enthusiastic, and he's just a great all-around person. He's had a long career in coaching as Ambridge head coach, assistant coach. He's going to be working at Moon this year, where he is a guidance counselor. But, we take great pride in calling Neil Catch our leader of the MAC Coaches Association and this game. So, Neil, could you just tell us a little bit about this MAC Association and its history?
Sure can, Joe. Thank you for those kind words, and good morning to everyone out there. First of all, we're very excited about the game and our roster that we have and the kids playing. Should be an outstanding event on Thursday. Our MAC Association, we have 20 member schools in it. And those 20, we meet once a month, pretty much in November to May. And in that month, each month's meeting, we host at the Monaca Turners. We discuss things that are vital to this game, from who's coaching it, nominations, etc., to also some of the things we do with recruiting our kids and running showcases. So the MAC Coaches Association is a very active association. We have the members take great pride in it, and everything we do is pretty much for the betterment of coaching, betterment of football in Beaver County, Western Allegheny County, and Lawrence County.
So, Neil, some of the schools that participate, what's it take on the part of the coaching staff in order to get to the point where their players can play in the Penn-Ohio game? They can be a part of this showcase that you were talking about.
Yeah, each school pays dues, $150 to be a member. In addition to that, they have to send a coach to each meeting throughout the year. There are a lot of head coaches that attend themselves, but they can also send an assistant coach because we want all 20 schools to be there each month so everyone's informed. And also when there's decisions to be made, everyone has a voice at the table.
That's really outstanding. And so, listeners, and especially if you're part of these districts, that are involved in the MAC Coaches Association. You know, it'd be a real good idea to make sure that your players, you know, your students that are on the teams that appreciate the effort that the coaching staffs put in to be a part of this organization, because you know the statement that we've made from the beginning, and I've just followed this, and I know the coaches here have kind of followed this initial statement when the MAC was formed. It's for the betterment of coaching, which includes the betterment of the players and the betterment of this great sport of football. How do you feel about that, Neil?
Oh, that's one of our, that's a great goal of ours. It's our, something that directs us. We have coaching clinics. We partnered with Slippery Rock University this spring to do a coaching clinic up there. We appreciated that partnership. The coaches that went, they get educated. They, learn something new, hopefully, and also work with those coaches. And we build relationships through events like that to better not only ourselves as coaches, but hopefully it helps our players out down the road.
So, Neil, you talked about this showcase, and I believe that this was the first time that the Coaches Association has done a showcase. It sounds really good, but for our listeners, they might not understand exactly what that means. So tell us what happened at this first showcase.
Yeah, and we appreciate all the coaches. The whole entire association worked on it. Beaver hosted it. Head coach Court Rouse, appreciate his efforts, and Ron Balog from Freedom, the head coach there, is our president. Those guys put a lot of time and effort into it. And basically, in the old days, recruiting was, hey, after the season, coaches, we'd have a recruiting night at Monaca Turner's. Coaches from all the schools around here, from the PSAC, to the NEC, down to the President's Conference, they would come and go through. We'd each have a table set up, all 20 schools, and they would get transcripts on kids. They would talk about kids, and they'd say what we need, and that's sort of those over the last few years that we've been seeing less and less coaches from colleges come. And they basically told us, we want to get the showcases are the route to go, the way to go. We want to see the kids doing drills coached by high school coaches, and we can come down there and see how they engage in those drills. We get accurate heights, we get accurate weights, we can talk to the kids during that contact period, and there's a number of kids that receive scholarship offers at that showcase.
Specifically, Neil, what were the kids tested in that their measurements appeared for these college coaches?
Yeah, you're going to go from height, weight, long jump 40 times. You're going to see those things, vertical jumps. You're going to see those measurables, but then they'll tell you, those coaches, hey man, there's the numbers say one thing. We want to see a kid in action.
So if someone is to try to familiarize themselves, it would be like watching the NFL Combine on television?
Yeah, basically that was on a smaller version.
Very good. Yeah, that's a great thing that the MAC started, and I'm sure that because of the success, it's going to grow, continue, and be something to look forward to in the future. The one great thing about the MAC Coaches Association and their coaches, they've done a great job building relationships with college coaches, which is so very important. And this organization has a lot of respect, both with the individual coaches and as a whole when it comes to the college coaching community. So, their word means a lot, and also the actions. So that's something that we carry with great pride here in this organization. Next, we're going to bring in one of the players of the Penn-Ohio game from Beaver High School. He's going to talk a little bit about his high school experience, and he's going to lead into what's it like to be playing for the Pennsylvania squad, and go through some of the practices and what's going on. He's going to give us the inside scoop, and that'll be Philip Jr. Marino when we come back. Thank you.
It's summertime and the living is easy until your air conditioner suddenly quits. Now it's hot, the air feels heavy, and nobody's comfortable. You might even hear,
I can't live another day like this.
"This is Eric 9 with Homer 9 and Sons." And when your AC goes down, this is the time to call us. Because you don't want to wait, you want it fixed fast and fixed right the first time. At Homer 9 and Sons, we deliver professional, dependable service to get your home cool and comfortable again without the stress. And right now, for a limited time, get your AC tune-up for just $79. If it's time for a new system, we offer trusted brands like Lennox, plus financing options designed to fit your budget, so you can get back to enjoying summer the way it's supposed to be. Homer 9 and Sons, quality home comfort since 1943.
Summer is here and the deals are red hot, maybe even hotter than the summer's hottest days at Moon Township Ford. It's the America Value for American Values employee pricing program, and it's just in time for your 4th of July celebrations. Be the buzz at your 4th of July cookout with a brand new F-150, Bronco, or Bronco Sport in your driveway. Ford has extended the military discounts to all the armed services. Combine that with employee pricing, and your savings are out of this world. They're also buying cars every day, and they are paying over the moon to fill their current inventory needs. Call or come in and see them today. Ford's America for America employee pricing program going on now at Moon Township Ford, University Boulevard in Moon Township.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
J. Young Refuse and Industry is proud to be an integral part of Beaver County for the past 36 years. Featuring a wide range of recycling services for contracted areas, they are sure to help you get the job done. The J. Young Refuse team of professional drivers consistently exceed safety and service throughout the day, while their customer service representatives take professionalism to the next level. J. Young Refuse and Industry offers both commercial and residential pickup as well. Call them today at 724-495-6199. Things are heating up with the new Fever Doubler scratch-off from the Pennsylvania Lottery. With 5 fiery top prizes of $250,000, this ticket is straight up sizzling. Scratch Fever Doubler and feel the heat. Benefits older Pennsylvanians must be 18 years or older. Please play responsibly. We are back now. We're talking about the Penn-Ohio Football Classic this Thursday at Geneva College. Joe Greco, take it away.
Well, one thing we want to mention and stress is that there's a great advantage for these players to play in this game. Not only for the the glory of the game and their love of the game to play one more high school football game, but since the inception of this game, the MAC Coaches Association has given over $250,000 in scholarships. Last year alone, $5,000 in scholarships, and then in this off season, the committee and the organization has made a concentrated effort to do more through fundraising to create something that's never been done. And this year will be alone over $13,000 will be given in scholarship money, and every player that plays in this game will receive part of that. So that's something that that you can see the MAC is continuing to build and not staying stagnant, but continuing to try to do more for the players in the schools that participate in our organization. All right, so we're very excited. We have 36 players, is that right, in this game representing Pennsylvania, including a great kicker. But we're going to bring in someone that's in his hometown here. He's from Brighton Township. He played for the Beaver Bobcats. He's going to be suiting up in his Pennsylvania, Ohio uniform, wearing the blue and gold for Pennsylvania. And that is Philip Jr. Moreno. What color do you think Ohio is going to be wearing? If we're wearing blue and gold, what do you think?
White and red, maybe.
Junior, you got it right on the button. So, we're excited to have you. We're going to talk. How about we talk a little bit about an exciting game that you had a huge part of in your senior season here versus Hopewell. Just kind of give us the breakdown of the end part of that game, and maybe I'll build up some of the excitement.
Yeah, so thank you for having me on the show this morning, and good morning to all of our listeners out there. So we started that game in the first quarter. I'm pretty sure we were down 21-0. And going into halftime, I was pretty sure it was 24-3. We got a field goal off going into halftime. And then going into halftime, our coaches were just like, we just got to keep our head down and keep pushing. So as the game progressed, we started chipping away, and I think with 5 minutes left on that clock, we got the ball back. I'm pretty sure they fumbled on a punt. We got the ball back, came down the field, and I was talking to our play caller, Coach Mullen. He calls our plays. He's not the offensive coordinator, but he calls the plays from the sideline. And I told him that I saw this opening on the safety, and I said if we just run like a double post, and the safety should be open. So we ran the double post. I scored. That was how we tied the game. Then we went back on defense, and then right after that, they moved me back to safety. I was playing corner the whole game, but we went to nickel, put me back at safety, and then I got a pick six, put us up by 7. Then Hopewell came down and scored, went for 2, and got stopped.
So the final score was
51-50.
So what a shootout! And so you guys had 3 points at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
So you scored 48 points in the second half.
Yep.
And once again, how many? You had the final 2 scores.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, explain them a little bit more to us, because I want to try to picture that.
Well, so the first touchdown was we've never ran this play before. We've never even put it in. We just kind of said, well, this is the route that's going to beat the coverage that they're running. I'm pretty sure they were running quarters. So we had to take the corner out of position and the backside safety out of position so I could get one-on-one with that front side safety. And so me and my quarterback were talking, and we were like, the post is going to have to be what's going to get them out of there. So we ran that post, and it's actually on the back. The picture is on the back of my phone case. My uncle got it for me for my birthday.
That's awesome. So you actually drew it up in the, we can't say you drew it up in the dirt anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you drew it up in the turf.
Yeah, basically.
With all the beads and everything. Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, continue. Don't let me mess you up.
No, so then it was a great ball by our quarterback. Our quarterback's actually playing in the Penn-Ohio game, Travis Clear. But it was one of the best balls I've seen him throw, and it was right in my pants. I didn't even have to move. I was just running and just put it right there. If that ball was anywhere else, it wasn't a touchdown.
So how far would you say he threw it in the air?
I think it was like 30-yard pass.
30-yard pass, and so you caught it in the end zone.
In the end zone.
In the end zone,
yep.
right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, now that'll lead into the interception. So then Hopewell got the ball back, and this was on the next drive.
Mm-hmm. This was the next drive. I think there was 3 minutes left on the clock after this, and we went into nickel, so we had our 3 safeties, 2 corners. And I was playing this middle safety, and I think they ran a post from the number 1 receiver, and the number 2 receiver ran a dig, and he got just under our safety on the right-hand side because he was dropping back on that post, and I just undercut it and took it back. I think it was 40-something yards.
Was anyone near you, or were you just coasting down the sidelines?
I was coasting for the most part, and then Hopewell's quarterback kind of met me there.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a really good. He's a really good player, but he met me there, and I just took a alternate route left and scored.
So will that be your number 1 memory from your high school career?
Yes,
until Thursday?
Yes, until Thursday when we beat Ohio.
Right. So, we're really looking forward to the excitement that you bring. He said call him Junior. So I kind of like that ring. And hopefully we'll be saying your name a lot on Thursday evening at the game. Junior Marino from Beaver. So here you are. You show up last Monday. And you knew you were going to be a part of this Penn-Ohio game. What did it feel like that first Monday when you saw all those different color helmets?
Oh, I felt great. It's not even about the helmets anymore. It's just about Pennsylvania. We're one team. Most of these kids I've grown up with and played against my whole life, especially the Central Valley kids and the Ambridge kids and Western Beaver, we've grown up together, and it's just really fun to start being able to play with kids that you've grown up with that you haven't been able to play in the past.
So you guys, one of the things that is a tradition in this game is to wear a bunch of different stickers that show unity from the other schools coming together. So do you have your helmet decorated up?
Yeah. Got all
so
the
what do you got on there?
I think I got a West Allegheny sticker, a Western Beaver sticker, a Laurel sticker, a Moon sticker, Elwood City sticker, obviously a Beaver sticker, a Blackhawk sticker. I'm upset they didn't have any CV stickers to hand out. That would've been a good one.
So Beaver, you guys have stickers, huh? It's
Yes,
not
sir.
like back in Coach Tarquinio days when they just had the stripe, right?
Now we got decked out helmets.
You
We got
guys are decked
stickers
out. Huh?
everywhere.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. So that is the big excitement leading up to the game. So what number are you going to be wearing?
21.
Number 21, like Roberto Clemente, or is there some reason you wear number 21?
Well, both my parents played. My mom played soccer at Robert Morris University, and my dad played football there, and they both wore 21. And that's why I've worn 21 for the longest time now.
So, like, did you have to beg Coach Catch to give you that number for sure, or were you the only one maybe that had it?
Well, luckily not. That's my number. That's the. Except for basketball, I wear number 1. But anywhere else, it's 21.
Okay, very good. So, how about like as far as like how has the unity been built up throughout the team in just this short amount of time?
It's honestly, it's just a tradition, and props go to our coaches for bringing in that unity, because it has to start from the coaches. It can start from the players, but it's hard. But the coaches set that standard, and we just follow it. But we've been good friends. Most of these kids have known each other for a long time, and it's not as hard as if we were complete strangers to each other. But I feel like the unity of beating Ohio really brings us together.
Yeah, absolutely. So after the game, your last high school football game, you're going to move on to play for Grove City College, which is turned into a very exciting program in the PAC. So I'm sure you're looking forward to that. But from what I understand, and it's a good thing we're having good weather Thursday evening, everybody remember that, because Friday morning, tell us about what's happening then.
My grandparents are treating me and my family. We're going on a cruise in Europe, so we're starting in Barcelona and finishing in Venice, Italy.
So, like, if any of the coaches call your number and something good happens, did you throw it out there? Maybe you'd be able to take one of the coaches with you or something. Is there an open spot?
Yeah, they can all come.
Or someone maybe announcing the game or something like that.
Yeah. I think we can bring everybody with us.
Okay. Well, Junior, thanks for joining us here this morning. And good luck to you and your teammates throughout the Penn-Ohio game. And we're looking forward to, and I know it's been stressed all week by the coaches because I've been hearing them. We're looking forward to getting back the winning ways of Pennsylvania. And because of guys like you and the effort that you've put in, we're going to have a great opportunity, a great shot. And that's all you can ask for. That's all a coach can ask for is an opportunity. And we feel like we have a good opportunity come this Thursday night at Geneva College. Thanks, Junior.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Beat Ohio.
We'll have no other news in 1 minute.
Building a future, sharing a dream, working together, we're on the same team.
Our nation is celebrating the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. This document granted freedom for all citizens in the form of having the basic rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is Andy Dengel from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. It's time to celebrate the freedom we all enjoy. Remember, it's freedom that makes life worth living, and we are proud to carry on that name. Let freedom ring was a battle cry in the beginning days of our nation, and it's still true 250 years later and continuing. And because of what we do every day, there will be freedom in your future. Happy birthday, America. From Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and BeaverCountyRadio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning. On this Tuesday, June the 16th of 2026, we will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. The National Weather Service confirmed that storms on Sunday evening led to a tornado in Beaver County. According to a public information statement yesterday, the NWS said a tornado was confirmed to have touched down near Darlington. Strong storms spawned a tornado in western Pennsylvania for the second weekend in a row. It crossed into the state from Ohio by State Line Road and Cannleton Road. Pennsylvania State Police in Pittsburgh reported yesterday that no charges were filed after a 3-vehicle crash occurred in Allegheny County on May 26th. A further investigation confirmed that 30-year-old Justin Householder of McKees Rocks was merging on I-376 East in Green Tree Borough at 8:18 a.m. and hit the vehicle of Leah Boudram of Keswick, Ontario, Canada. Boudram's vehicle was spun clockwise, which caused Householder's vehicle to subsequently hit the vehicle driven by 37-year-old Kelly James of Coriopolis. There were no reported injuries. The Newcastle Crime Unit of the Pennsylvania State Police are asking for the help of the public as they investigate new leads in an unsolved homicide which occurred 53 years ago in Lawrence County. According to an announcement from the state police on Thursday, 2 suspects are still being sought in the death of 22-year-old Frank Dwayne Iwanico of Newcastle, who was killed in an alleged robbery attempt at a quarry near Covert Road in Union Township at 2 a.m. on June 9, 1973. The description of the suspects can be found on our website at beavercountyradio.com. According to police, the homicide occurred when Iwanico and a 22-year-old female acquaintance were seated in a vehicle parked at a quarry area off Covert Road talking after a date when the 2 male suspects approached the vehicle and attempted to rob them. When Iwanico refused to give them any money, a brief struggle took place and Iwanico was killed by the first suspect, police said. You can call 724-598-2211 if you have any information on the suspects. The Allegheny Health Network Department of Urology is now offering Inlexo, which is a newly FDA-approved long-acting intravesical drug delivery system for the treatment of non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. Allegheny Health Network is the first health system in western Pennsylvania to offer this innovative treatment. Inlexo is a flexible system shaped like a pretzel that is placed in the bladder during an outpatient procedure, which continually releases chemotherapy over a period of 21 days. And most patients complete 8 cycles over 6 months. Early data suggests Inlexo demonstrated a complete response rate of approximately 82%, meaning that most patients experienced no detectable signs of cancer following treatment. And the Pittsburgh Steelers announced yesterday that the team signed wide receiver Levi Wentz to a 1-year contract. Wentz originally signed with the Seattle Seahawks as an undrafted free agent after the 2026 NFL Draft and was waived by the Seahawks on June 8th. Wentz played at Old Dominion, Albany, and Kansas during his college football career. He had 16 receptions for 258 yards and 2 touchdowns in 12 games at Kansas in 2025.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
Today it'll be mostly sunny with a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms tonight. We'll reach highs of 75 and drop down to lows of 57. And tomorrow look for gusty winds with sunshine during the day, followed by showers and thunderstorms later in the evening. Expect highs in the upper 70s and lows of 66. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
On this Tuesday, June 16th of 2026 at 38 minutes after 9. We've got a temperature of 59 degrees with partly cloudy skies out there currently in Beaver County, and that's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM at 1460 AM WMBA, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
J. Young Refuse and Industry is proud to be an integral part of Beaver County for the past 36 years. Featuring a wide range of recycling services for contracted areas, they are sure to help you get the job done. The J. Young Refuse team of professional drivers consistently exceed safety and service throughout the day, while their customer service representatives take professionalism to the next level. J. Young Refuse and Industry offers both commercial and residential pickup as well. Call them today at 724-495-6199.
Dinosaurs have taken over the Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium. Take a trip back in time this summer and come face to face with some of the largest and most intriguing animals that ever walked the earth. From Triceratops to Tyrannosaurus Rex, your favorite dinosaurs lurk around every corner. This special exhibit is free with zoo admission. Stomp on by soon. These amazing animatronic creatures will disappear once again on September 7th. Plan your visit at pittsburghzoo.org.
We're back talking Penn-Ohio football. Joe, take it away.
So we're back. This is Joe Greco. Once again, we're talking about the 47th edition of the Penn-Ohio Football Classic, which will be played Thursday evening at Geneva College. And up next, joining us will be longtime Blackhawk football coach and this year's head coach of the Penn-Ohio game. He's coached as an assistant in many of these games, and we're looking forward to him being our head coach this year. Bucknell player and graduate, joining us now to talk about the game and talk about the team this year is Coach Pat Feely. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Joe. How are you doing today? Thanks for having me on. Just wanted to say I'm not going to be able to hear you on Thursday night, but, you got big shoes to fill. Bob Berkman, I got to give a shout out to him. He was always a legend. He was the voice of Beaver County, and, that's one thing I wish I could have Thursday night is Bob Berkman one more time, talk about the game. But, Joe, I think you're going to do a great job, so I appreciate you, speaking on behalf of Pennsylvania on Thursday night.
Thanks, Pat. Obviously, I'll never try to fill those shoes. Gene Matzuk and I will be providing the color along with Mike's play-by-play. So, we're going to try to give the listeners a good, session to listen to while the game's going on. But it's going to be mainly about what's going on in the field, and we're excited to call it because we've seen the Pennsylvania team in action at practice. So, tell us a little bit about the makeup and what makes you so excited about being the coach this year.
Well, first off, I have to give a shout out to the committee that they basically work year round. Neil, Kurt, and Coach Marsilio, it's a year-round job for them to set this up. This, some people say you just show up in June or show up at the day of the game. They're working year-round, so I got to say thanks for them. They're making this easy. But the makeup of the players is, it's a great who's who of Beaver County football, Lawrence County, Allegheny. You have kids like Junior that, like during the year when I coached against them and he was making these unbelievable catches against us, I'm kind of saying bad things under my breath about him, but now I'm going to be his biggest fan on Thursday night. So it's a great change of the relationship, and these kids are hopefully they carry some great memories from this game.
So, Coach, tell us about your coaching staff. Like, who's going to be doing what? How did it get put together? And it looks like a very enthusiastic group from what I've seen and very organized. So, how did you guys get to this point?
A lot of the guys, first off, they're great. They're doing so much work, and they're filling in the. They're crossing the T's and dotting the I's, and they're helping me out so much. So I can't give them enough thanks. But everyone's got a job, and everyone's helping out. So Neil Catch, he's there. He's helping out with the defensive line, and just little things. He sees something, he points it out. You have Court Rouse, head coach of Beaver, great guy, and he's doing great things. So every coach has Tom Eschenbach from Quaker Valley. I brought along some younger coaches because I want them to see what the MAC is about, what the Penn-Ohio is about. Get them that feel that they're going to take over this someday. So Donnie Yates doing offensive line. He's been great to work with. Trying to who else am I missing?
Well, I'll tell you, probably the most interesting coach is Dickie Robb from Mohawk. He's running the offense this year, and he doesn't wear shoes to practice. Right. Okay, so like, what's up with that? And also, is he going to be wearing shoes on Thursday night? Is that part of the head coach's?
That's part of his. He will be wearing shoes Thursday night. He comes from the hills of Lawrence County, and he shows up and he brings a lot of energy, and he's got a bitter taste in his mouth from last year's loss. And I think if he wasn't able to coach this year, he was going to go nuts. So it was a redemption time for him. That's one of the reasons why he's worked with me several times on some of these Penn-Ohio sets. But this guy loves the PA for this game. MAC meetings, he's kind of sits back there and just kind of grits his teeth because he's still angry about that loss last year. So that's one of the reasons we brought him on, because he wants to redeem himself for this year.
And, at the MAC meetings, I know he's made very strong statements that we want to play Ohio. I think he lives right close to the borderline, right? He's the closest, within stone's throw distance to the Ohio line in Hillsville, from what he tells me.
Yeah, he lives in Mohawk School District, so yeah, he's close to Ohio.
Absolutely. So you want to tell us about some of your game strategies or things like we can look at, or like there's rules to this game to try to simplify the offense and defense so the players, in their 7 practices can make sure they get it all and it's not too complicated. But you want to unveil some strategies?
Well,
or
I don't
some
want to get
things
too
you're
much
thinking?
just in case Ohio's listening, but we're gonna just let the players play. That's the biggest. To take the talent of each player. Use Junior's strength. Use Travis's strength. Use the Stuckey kid from Cornell's strength. Every kid has a strength, and we want to use that against Ohio.
So there's 36 guys on the roster, and your plan, I noticed this year, is to use guys, and a lot of them are going to be playing on both sides of the football like they have been throughout high school, but. How do you divvy up all that playing time? And they're all good players, and how's that happen?
Right,
Coach?
and having a full roster, at first it was like, that's great. Now I'm like, wow, we got to make sure they're all playing. But in past, everyone played one way, and a couple years ago, I was on the one and only Joe Greco's staff, who that's actually the last one we've had, right, against Ohio. And you had a great game plan, and I kind of modeled what you did about having the kids play both ways. I think it's brought some more excitement to the game. The kids seem more bought in to that, so I'm kind of modeling what you did. And we have a blue team, we have a gold team. We're trying to mix and match. We're trying to find the best, setups for the kids so they can succeed on the field on offense and defense.
So, Coach Pat, listen, don't put any pressure on me, okay? All right, I just want to enjoy the game and announce it, okay? This is your deal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you've done a great job of organizing your staff. And I see you, I'm used to seeing you in that role, like you're in with your group working, and now I see you roaming around. So it's a different feel for you this year in the Penn-Ohio game in the preparation.
It is. It's a little bit, more nerve-wracking. But again, I have a great staff with me. They're doing a great job, and so things are going to come together, and we're going to do a great job Thursday night.
So I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up, and I know every one of the guys that were in here, Coach Marsilio, Coach Catch, yourself, myself, Coach Augustinelli that's going to come on shortly, has coached their own son. Now, the coaches that are in here, like, they didn't sign up to coach their family, but along the way of all the dedicated service of the guys here, like that have been coaching 20, 25, 30 years, then all of a sudden their sons are part of the program, and you and Coach Catch have sons in this year's game. What's it been like?
You sit back and you take a moment to appreciate that your son's out there, because not too many dads have that opportunity. And my sons have come a long way. I was coaching 2018 in Salem, and they were supposed to be the ball boys, and they disappeared during the game and went in downtown Salem to eat all the ice cream they could get, and then they. So there's a lot of stories, and now they're on the sideline, and my son Jameson has had a great relationship with Neil's son Quinn. We got pictures from them from ninth grade all the way senior. So it's great that they get to have one more game together.
How about like those pictures you take throughout the years? Do you have a collection of pictures like when they were the ball boy all the way up to being a player? That's something that you could cherish.
Time flies. Everyone says it, and then you're like, yeah, whatever. But then all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, time flies. And so junior, time flies, and it goes by fast.
I remember the first time I had my son on the field. He begged me. He was 5 years old in kindergarten, and so I was like, all right, you can be on the field, but you lay low, stay out of the way. So he was stealing gum out of one of the coach's pockets. But we got late in the game. It was like 4th down, and we're on like our 40-yard line. It's like 4th and 7, and as deciding, obviously, we were going for it, because it was late in the game. I feel this tug on my pants, and he says, after we failed to make the 4th and 7, and he says, "Why didn't you kick the field goal?" and here I am explaining to a 5-year-old, it would have been 54 yards, okay? And I thought to myself, boy, I'll never forget that one. But anyhow, there's just things that. On your coaching journey, obviously, when you're coaching, all the kids become your sons, and it becomes a great big family. But boy, along the way, when you have your own son, you're cherishing those memories, and and you'll have memories to carry for a lifetime. Coach Catch, Coach Feely, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you the best. You've done so much for the coaching organization. I hope you have a big night and an enjoyable night, and keep up the great work, and good luck.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks for everything you do as well.
Absolutely. Next with us is a great friend of mine. He is currently the athletic director at Elwood City. He's been a long-time football guy, played on some great Elwood City teams, coached at Riverside as an assistant, Beaver Falls as an assistant, head coach at Elwood City, carrying on that strong tradition. In fact, I know he's taken great pride this year that as athletic director, they won the WPL baseball championship, and he's kind of helped put the football program back on the map, as well as all the girls' sports. He's just done a great job at Elwood, being an Elwood guy, and then being a MAC guy and being on this committee for so long, and being able to coach in the games and continue the traditions on, and making sure the team is well fed because he's a good cook. And so we're going to bring in Kurt Augustinelli, who's going to talk about the MAC Hall of Fame, something that was started by Coach Brian Cooper from Laurel 2 years ago at Geneva was the first induction, and we're going to have our second induction this Thursday night. So, Coach Kurt, tell us all about it.
Oh, thank you for those kind words, Joe. And good morning to Beaver County from Elwood City and the hills of Lawrence County, I guess, with my brother between Laurel and Mohawk as well. We're trying to get those other ones involved, and they've been involved in the past, Shenango, Neshannock, and Union, even Newcastle. Maybe someday we'll get them back, and it'll only bolster our team a little more. It's my honor for these guys to announce these guys that are in our Hall of Fame, and they are great people, number one, and they are all great coaches in their own right. And I'm not going to read off their entire bio. I guess that'll leave a little bit for you to on Thursday night. If you want that bio, you're going to have to buy the program. There's a little plug for you. But, we're going to start off with Coach Mark Capuano, Moon head coach, 24 years as the head coach of Moon High School, won a WPL title in 1998. He was inducted into the Pennsylvania Coaches Hall of Fame in 2010. He was inducted into the Minor Pro Hall of Fame in 2012. A lot of people remember him from being here at Central Valley for a few years, but Cap's a great person, well deserving of all this. Next, we have Frank Morocco. Frank Aliquippa Quips, 1952. He was on a WPL championship team. In 1953, middle linebacker, offensive guard for the Quips. He was also moved onto the all-county team. In 54, he became a co-captain of the Quips. Frank served as the head football coach at Ambridge from 68 to 78. Took a few years off and he became the Quips head coach in the 90s. He also, I believe, he won their first state title as a Aliquippa head football coach. Don Phillips. Don Phillips has been coaching for over 50 years. Some of his highlights in his career, he was the head coach at Monaca, West Allegheny, the old Center High School, and my favorite, Elwood City High School, of course. He was at Ambridge High School, WPL playoffs, East-West All-Star game, Big 33 All-Star. Well, he was the head coach at the East-West, Big 33 assistant, coached in this All-Star game at least 2 times as the head coach and 2 times as an assistant. Coach of the year like 5+ times. Past president, secretary, treasurer. He's been involved for a long time. Coach Glenn McDougall, another great person.
Coach,
Southside Rams.
I'm sorry to start, but one thing I did want to mention while you're continuing on is Coach Morocco and Coach Capuano were both teammates at NC State.
Oh, there you go.
So they had a storied career in
That's
college together.
Really neat too,
Yeah.
They're both going in the Hall of Fame together.
For sure. Coach McDougal next.
Yeah, Coach McDougal from the Rams, 92 to 2000. Then he went back in 2012 to 2015. Let's see, he guided the Rams to their undefeated season in Class A. I believe that was 99. So again, Big 7 Coach of the Year awards multiple times. Again, and he'll be going in with us as well.
And I think he's sitting up in the booth still, I know, when he's coaching at Southside. And, when you're playing them, it's intimidating because he's up there and he knows that wing tee system inside and out, and he's analyzing what you're doing. So, like, when he came to New Brighton, I always try to give him a bad view.
Yeah, like in your car. Stay in your car. Coach Ron Shiro, again, near and dear to my heart. Coach Shy gave me my start in coaching in 1990. I was on his staff, and definitely I would consider him my mentor. And again, I know being under Carl Flory's guide as well, but Coach Shiro, to me, near and dear to my heart, and one of the greatest coaches that I personally know. I think he started his career in 77 at Riverside under Carl Flory. The Panthers were runners-up at WPL in 84. They were WPL champions in 85. He took the head job in 87 at Riverside. When I was on his staff as well, 3 consecutive WPL titles in AA, 91 shots. We actually took silver. 91 to 92, 93. Then in 95, he went to Char Valley High School. Came back to Riverside, coached his grandson again, and put the Panthers back in the playoffs. And again, he was inducted in the Riverside Hall of Fame, I know, a month ago, and no one probably more deserving in my mind than Ron Shiro.
Absolutely. I mean, what a story coaching career, Beaver County. If you don't know Ron Shiro, you haven't been around, and from what I understand, a tremendous Beaver Falls Tiger player. And baseball, the stories of him playing baseball. So, certainly well deserving. Coach Kurt, will all of these men be in attendance on Thursday along with their families?
Not all. I mean, some will be some are on vacation. So I don't think Coach Shiro is going to be there, from what I'm just understanding. Yep. I think his daughter and son are going to be there to accept. But we try, and sometimes they can't be there for other circumstances, but most of them show.
Okay, very good.
Dale Stubbe. Some people around here might not know Dale because of the Midland, because and he's been around for a long time. And Coach Stubbe became the head football coach at Midland, I think, in 1973. He was there for at least 12 seasons, I believe. He continued his career. Then he moved to Beaver Local in 1988. I think he had 28 wins there as well. Dale was inducted into Punxsutawney Sports Hall of Fame in 2001. And again, he's been a long member of our organization.
A great man, mentor to us all in the organization.
Last coach involved would be Coach Rich Snyder, which anyone that knows Coach Snyder, gotta love him. Has been a head coach at Southside area from 2001 to 2008. Assistant coach at several schools, including Monaca High School, Rochester, West Allegheny, again, Center High School, and, of course, my favorite, Elwood City High School, and Ambridge. Coach is known with his work with the offensive, defensive line, and how many hot dogs he can eat, I think. That might be.
Well, he's been around practice a couple times. I know that this week, and it's always a good thing to see him, and what a personality, sense of humor he has.
And one last person well deserving of this award is Bill Allman. Bill has been, obviously, if you've ever read the Times in sports, you know who Bill Allman is. 37 years, Freedom graduate. He has covered these Penn-Ohio All-Star games for as long as I could possibly remember. He has multiple interviews with people in Geneva College, and he has just been a great mouthpiece and a way to get our story out in the newspaper, and no one's, as deserving as Bill Allman.
Absolutely. He's always promoted the game. I know he's very proud of his son, young Bill, coaching at Laurel, the defense, and so, he's had a big part in this game. So it's going to be great to get these guys in the Hall of Fame. What a class. The officials will also be inducting during the game. So we're looking forward to seeing those guys. Tickets for the game this Thursday, $10. Come on down. You can buy them right at the gate or online. So, obviously, if you've been a part of this hour, you can see what it takes and how exciting it has been to get to this point. And we're looking for a giant crowd come Thursday night. Benefits the MAC Coaches Association. So please come on down. If not, and after the game, you can listen also to Beaver County Radio. It'll be a live stream, and also the broadcast with Mike, Gene Matsuk, and myself. So thank you for your listening, and Beaver County listeners, signing off.